Hi guys, today I have my weekly makeup basket, and I think I had mentioned before that I was going to be doing these every couple of weeks, but quite frankly I was so dissatisfied with some of the items from my last week's makeup basket that I found myself reaching for other things within my makeup stash. So instead of doing that, I thought, why not just, kind of freshen everything up and change things around, because I was not looking forward to doing my makeup. Quickly, I just want to mention the things that I was not enjoying and what made me change my mind. The Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte, I do not like this foundation at all. 3 of the times that I applied it, I think one time I actually tolerated it a little bit more. This foundation is just, it's just not working with my skin. One of the times, I think I had an appointment, I did my makeup and everything, and not even a couple hours in, like, the foundation had broken down so much here you could see my skin, and there was no way for me to cover that. It was just, I got to my mother-in-law's after my appointment and I ended up removing all my entire makeup because I was so bothered by this. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to change up this makeup basket, as well as the Peter Thomas Roth, that the little sample thing. I actually put it in my empties because I'm not willing to actually keep using it. I have the tiniest bit left in these two, and then this one right here, which was the lighter of the shades, and I was using it as a concealer, and I think it worked well as a concealer. I'm just not willing to put up with the little packaging here. It's not worth it for me. I don't like it as a foundation. It was way too thick for me, so that's another reason why. As well as these two blushes, I'm just not a huge fan. This blush right here, huge disappointment. It sounds so pretty. It's called In a Purple Haze, but quite frankly I think my skin is just too dark for this to show up on me. It doesn't really show up at all, so highly disappointed. The product, I'm not saying that the product is horrible, it just didn't look good against my skin. This one was okay though. This one was really nice. This kind of reminds me of the Coralista blush, to where I don't really see the color, I see more of a sheen. Like today I have Coralista all over my face, including my eyes as well. Like I'm just throwing it everywhere, and I love the way that it looks. This kind of reminds me a hint of it, like not the color itself, but just the color doesn't show up too much on me, but the glow does, if that makes sense. So I'm not, the biggest fan of that. This blush though, I was a huge fan of. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon in Rose Champagne. This was really, really pretty. I really enjoyed this blush, so I wanted to mention that because out of the 3, this one was the one that I enjoyed. These 2, not so much. So jumping into the weekly makeup basket, I'm going to start off with primer. I'm staying with the Professionals because I can tell that I'm just about out. I'm gonna have to crank this open now because I can tell that there's some product like on the sides of this tube, and I don't want it to go to waste. So I've been using this, and then I pulled the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm because I didn't get a chance to use it last week. So I want to use it this week for sure. So I'm just sticking to those primers right there. For foundation, I pulled my Fit Me from Maybelline, and I like mixing it in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, and this is in Caramel Beige, and I just love the mixture of the two. I love the way this looks on my skin, but this helps keep my skin matte pretty much the entire day. So I just love the mix of the two. For my powder, I pulled the Too Faced. This is their Cocoa Powder Foundation, and I have the shade Tan, and I just love it. It smells like cocoa powder, but it just looks really good on the skin. It doesn't look heavy or anything like that. It sets the makeup perfectly, and it also helps keep me matte. Like my makeup with these right here and this, my makeup lasts all day. There's very little wear and tear on it, so I've been loving that. And then the NYX HD Finishing Powder in Banana. This is going to be for my under eyes, and I thought I would pull this one as well. This is the Mineral Wear Talc Free from Physicians Formula in Translucent. I like putting this underneath my eyes once in a while as well. And I also pulled the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. This one only goes basically where I have larger pores, so the sides of my nose. This powder right here is in Translucent, and it just helps blur the larger pores on my face. And And for bronzer, I pulled the NYX matte bronzer, and I've never used this one before. I did haul it a while ago, I want to say. I just never used it, so I thought I would pull it. It looks really pretty, nice and warm. But because this one's a little bit on the warmer side, I pulled something not quite as warm. I pulled Bahama Mama from the Balm for a little bit of contouring right here in the back of the hollows of my cheeks. I really like this bronzer. And then because I was so disappointed with that Wet n Wild like purpley blush, I actually purchased this one right here from Lorac. I mean, does that not look beautiful? Oh my gosh, I am looking forward to wearing this blush. It's so pretty. And this is a part of their buildable blush matte. This one's called Ultraviolet. So beautiful. I also pulled this one from Cargo. This is in Coral Beach, and this one again, really, really pretty. So this one's in Coral Beach, and it's so pretty. And this one has more of a sheen to it, if you can see that. And then also pulled Tarte Achiote. I don't reach for this blush very much because I find that the pan is so hard, and it makes it very difficult to pick it up with a brush. So with the finger you don't have a problem with it, but with a brush it's a little bit difficult. I have to keep dipping into it. It's still really, really pretty. It's more of like an orangey, almost reddish blush. I think it's perfect for spring and even summer as well. And then I also pulled a couple of other blushes. I pulled the Visibly Lift from L'Oreal, and this is called Peach Gold Lift. This is a cream blush. Let's put this one over here. Super subtle, very, very pretty. And this one does have like a golden sheen to it. Really beautiful. So I thought I would top that one off, like to help set that one, with this blush from e.l.f. I've hardly used this one or reached for it very recently. And this is called Tickled Pink, and it's really, really pretty. Can you guys see that? It's right there. So lots of blushes for this upcoming weekly makeup basket. And then for oh, I forgot one foundation, the MAC Face and Body, because it's been getting a little bit warmer and I like this foundation on super warm days. And then for the eyes, I'm going to stick to my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot because it's been working really well for me lately. So I don't want to switch that up. Oh, but I forgot my concealer. This is the Maybelline Master Conceal, and I'm going to be using this one, but I'm also going to keep using the Fit Me concealers. I don't know where I put them, but I mentioned them in the last weekly makeup basket, and I'm just about out of one of them. For my shadows, I pulled the 35O palette from Morphe, and I just love this palette. I think it's so perfect. I just love these shades. Like, I've played with these shades. I think last week sometime I was reaching for this palette also. And I really like the looks that I came up with. So I pulled this palette. And then I also want to keep using the A La Mode palette from Too Faced. I did use this last week quite a few times. I used this shade right here, and then these shades right over here. They're all really, really pretty. I like this palette. I just think it's not a very practical palette because every shade in the palette has shimmer to them, and that to me is just not practical, which is why I pulled the Morphe 35O palette. I have a lot of matte shades to work with. But I also want to use this shade right here from Inglot. This is really pretty. I've used this shadow on my channel before. And this is the shade 24. I want to put this on my lid sometime this coming week. It's just so pretty as an inner corner highlight or at the bottom of your lash line. I want to try to put it on my lid because I've never put it on my lid, but isn't that beautiful? I just love it. And then also want to use this pigment from Sugar Pill. This is called, what is this called? It's their Sparkling Neon Pigment in HI Viz. I don't know, but that's the pigment right there. I don't want to like tip this, but look at how bright that is. And there it is right there. Which reminds me, I actually wanted to use it with the jumbo pencil in milk, so I went ahead and pulled that. But I also pulled the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This is their glitter glue, just in case I want to put it somewhere on my lid. I don't know, maybe the first part of my lid or something like that. But that is just stunning. I think it looks so beautiful. I want to use more color. I've mentioned that before, so I'm trying to pull things that I've purchased but I've never I just don't have, like, I've never had the guts to put them on my face. And then for mascara, I pulled my voluminous Carbon Black as well as the CoverGirl Plump Crusher, which I just put on not too long ago. Where did I put it? So CoverGirl Plump Crusher as well as the voluminous. And then for the brows, I pulled the Brow Stylist Plumper from L'Oreal. But I also pulled my IT Cosmetics Brow Power. I'm going to be using this in conjunction with my Bulletproof Brows from Too Faced. I watched Betsy from Make Up Your Mind, and she revived an eyeshadow base with oil, which I've never done that with my Bulletproof Brows. I've always used eye drops, but she used oil, and I used that today, and that's how I was able to do my brows today. Because it softened it up so much, like just right. I only added 2 drops to soften it up because I want to continue using it because I have it in my makeup use up basket. So anyways, I'm going to be using that in conjunction with this this little pencil right here. For liners, I kept the Maybelline Master Precise. And then I also pulled this Stila Smudge Stick waterproof eyeliner. This is called Mint Julep, and it's so stunning. I wore this last week as well, and it's just beautiful. When I said I wanted to use color, I meant it. And I put it on my waterline, and I love it. It doesn't last quite as long, so I'm going to see if I can set it this week. So I may have to pull the 88 color palette from BH Cosmetics and see if I have a color matching this, just so that I can set my waterline. I also pulled this Rimmel Soft Kohl Kajal in Sable Brown. It's just a brown eyeliner. For my lips, I just would quickly want to mention, because I use this Revlon, what is this called? This is called their Super Lustrous Lipstick, and this is a shine, and it's called Pink Cognito. Although I love the color of this lipstick, it's so pretty. It has a bit of a peachiness to it. It doesn't apply evenly. Like, there's so many, you can never get it to be fully opaque. And I don't mean that the lipstick is sheer, it's just that there's bald patches everywhere. So I'm not a huge fan of this lipstick. So I'm gonna keep using the Warm Me Up from Maybelline from last week. So beautiful. What I've been using in the last 3-4 days, I want to say, is applying this lipstick and then applying this lip gloss that's in my makeup use up from Laura Mercier, and this is called Opal, and applying this over top of that lipstick, and it's just beautiful. I do line my lips with the NYX retractable pencil in Natural, so I'm going to keep using this for this weekly makeup basket, as well as the Italia lip pencil in Lilac. I didn't get a chance to use it last week, so I want to keep it for this week. As well as the Revlon, this is their Just Spit and Kissable Balm Stain, and this color is called Darling. That's that one right there. As well as the liquid lipstick in Patina. That's that one right there. I also pulled this Revlon Color Burst Matte Balm, and this is called Insatiable something. I don't remember. I can't read it. It's too small. And that's that one right there. I also pulled this telescopic mascara from L'Oreal. I think that's everything. I'm also using everything in conjunction with my makeup use up for the year. I just would quickly want to mention Coralista. Oh my gosh, this is a blush that I wasn't using for the longest time, and because it was way too light on me. But this is what I've been using it for. Just, if you see the glow all over my face, it's this blush. I also always bring it down my neck depending on the shirt that I'm wearing for the day, but I I fell completely in love with this blush. I just quickly want to mention that because it's so pretty. That's everything for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.